for the participation. Thank you for active participation. We thank you everyone for joining our icebreak session. So I'm passing the virtual mic back to Katie. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Emilia, for our wonderful icebreaker. Um, okay, I would love to welcome Peter uh, and to our training session. I hope you will learn a lot from our event today. You are welcome. And then we will now start our training session. Um, uh, our trainer for today is Blessing. It's Blessing Timothy. So Blessing is a Nigerian graduate of economics from the Federal University of Lafayette. She's an active member of the Wikimedia user group Nigeria and Africa Wiki Women. She's passionate. She's a passionate advocate for the open knowledge movement. Blessing has contributed extensively to Wikipedia, Wikidata, and Wikimedia Commons by creating, editing, and improving quality content to promote access to free and reliable information. So I will be passing the mic to our trainer for today. Stay with us and enjoy the session.
Yeah, thank you very much. Good afternoon to you all. If you can hear me, please, I will want you to just give me your best emoji. Yeah, thank you very much. Please, can you, I want to share my screen. So maybe you unshare your own so I can share my own. Thank you, the two moderators. Hello, can you hear me?
Yes,
Yes,
we
please
can
go
hear
ahead and
you.
share.
Okay, okay. Yeah, thank you. I'm trying to share my screen. Can you all see my screen?
Yes, the screen is visible.
Okay, thank you. So as we all know that we are here to celebrate ourselves, we are here to celebrate the International Women's Day. And today being the 17th of March, I also want to continue by wishing all the beautiful and lovely women in the house happy International Women's Day. So, and the African women have deemed it fit to celebrate the International Women's Day today by creating and also enlightening the community members on how to create items, statements, and add the references to our Wikidata article, or how to create Wikidata article from scratch, how to add statements and reasonable references, right? And also how to edit some article and add more information to it, Wikidata item rather. And today your facilitator name on the space is Ojowi Ibi. She's a Wikimedia contributor and a trainer as well. And yeah, let's dive into the section. So can someone tell me what he or she understands by Wikidata on the chat box? Yeah, I want the session to be interactive because it's not, we are all not new. Some people are also experienced here. So I want some interactive moments. So yeah, what is Wikidata? From your understanding, what do you understand by Wikidata? On the chat box, please. Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, we
Yes,
can hear you.
I think everyone is muted. Someone should just tell me what is Wikidata. You can just use one word. Okay. I'm still here. waiting patiently. Maybe people are typing. Okay, someone says a database. Okay, thank you very much. So let me continue. When you check the slide, you see that the first one is free and open. There is a free and open base database available, right? So it means that on Wikidata, you can get information on Wikidata for free, and it's open to everyone, irrespective of your language, your location, whether you are black, whether you are white, or yeah. So you can go there, add to open knowledge, and it's also available to everyone. Secondly, on Wikidata, you can work collaboratively on Wikidata, which means that it enables both human and automated tools, yeah, to either create items or edit item on Wikidata. It's also structured, unlike the other sister projects. Like the data is structured in the sense that if you want to just have maybe a name, it will come in a structured form. Don't worry, during our practical section, you see it. It will come in a structured form instead that you can use it the way you want, right? And sorry. How did I leave that? Oh, I just so sorry. So where did I stop, please? Okay, it's store data used across all Wikimedia projects. So Wikidata is also linked with other Wikimedia projects, right? If you want to get different projects, different data from other Wikimedia projects, you can easily get it on Wikidata. So why do you want to talk more about this Wikidata? Why does it matter? So if you check this chart here, it shows that it links both Wikipedia is linked to Wikidata, Wikicommon is linked to Wikidata, Wikibooks is also linked to Wikidata, research are linked to Wikidata, and even developers uses Wikidata. So this is the reason why Wikidata is very, very important, right? It has structured database for knowledge. So if you are looking for maybe name of someone, you want to get a location that a particular person is, and the person is on Wikipedia or Wikidata, you don't need to read bulky articles like Wikidata to go and check for that person's name. Or you want the person's name, the person's picture, the location, or a place at once. You can easily navigate your way to Wikidata and you get those information easily. It supports all Wikimedia languages. Like Wikipedia, that you can use different languages. You can also use it for Wikidata. Wikidata can be written in different languages, whether it's Yoruba, Igbo, mention it, French, and other languages. It supports all languages, right? It also enables linking open knowledge globally. So if you are working on Wikidata on a particular item, you can link it to Wikipedia, you can link it to Wikivoyage, you can link it to Wikisource, Wikicommon, and all that. So you can easily link it. As a researcher, you can go to Wikidata to get more information, right, about a particular item. So how is all this item on Wikidata structured? So every piece of data follow the simple manner. One, each thing you want to create on Wikidata is called an item, and the item is the subject, right? The item is the subject. So the property, if like now, let me take for instance, you want to talk about Nigeria. So Nigeria is an item, which is the country, right? The capital of Nigeria is the property. That is it. Maybe I want to speak about a particular place in Abuja, and I can come say, okay, I want to create an item. Item Nigeria. The property is give the relationship about a particular subject. It gives property about a particular subject. Then the value give more points about how that subject is related to the item. So give for instance, Nigeria, then property will be capital, that is the capital of Nigeria, then it's Abuja. So this is how it's narrowed down a particular item for it to have more meaning. So for instance, if I want to talk about a human, maybe it's about myself, blessing, the item name will be blessing, right? And the property, you can say, okay, you want to say she's a female, you just keep naming it. So the relationship of the subject is the property. So let's continue. As we dive into it more, you get to understand the concepts. And when we go to the practical section, you understand it more, because for the newbies here, they may be like, I'm just hearing property, I'm just hearing item. Don't worry. So let's continue. The next thing is, immediately you go into Wikidata, when you want to create a particular item, first thing you see is you see label. Label means the name of that item you want to create. What is the name? If I want to write about the country, a particular country, the name will be Nigeria, for instance. If you want to write about human, maybe the person name can be Amarachi. If you want to write about what now? An item, maybe anything, you can say, okay, the particular name is fridge. So the name of that thing you want to write about, the idea you have, is a label. So now, after you click into Wikidata, you first write the label. The next thing you are supposed to, okay, describe, throw more light on this label. What is the description of what you are trying to write about? Just a short description. So Nigeria is, the example I use is Nigeria, right, as a country. That is a country in West Africa. So anybody that enter into Wikidata that is looking for Nigeria, you can say, okay, so Nigeria is in West Africa. It's a country in West Africa. Okay, that's good. So analysis means other names the item is known by. You understand? So you can put the other name that the item is known for. And QID means the unique qualifier. So it's a unique ID. On Wikidata, it's called Q identifier. It means that all items on Wikidata has a unique numerical identification number. For instance, Nigeria, when you go to Wikidata and check for Q937, it's only one item that have this unique ID, which is Nigeria. So every item that is created on Wikidata has its own unique ID. Means that it's only that item that have that particular unique number. Let's see. Hello, can you people hear me? Can you still hear me?
Yes, we can
Hello?
still hear you.
Okay, thank you. You can see that I'm trying to next my slide, but I don't know why it's not going ahead. My laptop was hanging. So the next thing is No, on Wikipedia, we have notability guidelines, right? And this is what everybody is familiar with. But some people do not know that even Wikidata also have their notability guidelines. So for an item to be on Wikidata, it has to meet one of these notability guidelines. One is if an item, maybe what you want to create, have an article in any language at all, not only English, any language at all on Wikipedia, that item can be on Wikidata. If an item have an article on Wikipedia, then automatically the item can be on Wikidata. That is number one notability guideline. Hence, you can use it for reference, right? Another thing is, if it's covered by really reliable Bible sources. That is, if it has good newspaper, right? Maybe you have news that talk about it. That item too can be on Wikidata. If it's listed in a reputable external database, like maybe World Bank database and so on, right? Bureau of Statistics, it can also be on Wikidata. Or if it's linked to other notable Wikidata items, then it can be in Wikidata. So these are the 4 key notability guidelines of Wikidata. So if an item meets all this, it automatically can be on Wikidata. So we always search first. Anything that you want to create, anybody's name, anything, to be sure that that item has not been created before, even though you are the one that created the Wikipedia item. So, oh, since I'm the one that created the Wikipedia article, I'm sure it will not. Don't be sure, please. Search first. When you get to your Wikidata interface, search. Okay, if it's not on Wikidata, you ask, okay, yeah, let me start creating. But not that you just click on create item and start creating automatically. So first thing, in order to prevent duplicate, avoid creating items that already exist. Like some people, they will not even check, they'll just impute the name and start creating. So some people will just maybe use a stage name and start creating. So we should also improve data quality by cleaning, because by cleaning those data in the sense that, for instance, if we have 2 items that are, if one item is created on Wikidata with 2 different names, maybe for instance, let me use Davido as an example. Someone went and Davido is a musician in Nigeria. His stage name is Davido, but his name is David Adeleke. So me now, for instance, I now create for David Adeleke. Emilia now come again that you want to also create for the same person and went and put Davido. You see that we are creating for one person 2 different Wikidata items. In order to clean it, you can merge those 2 items together, right? So please, we should all try to improve data quality, right? And we should maintain consistency. We should also link more our Wikidata item to either existing Wikipedia article if there is, or to any external links, right? Notable links. So yeah. The next thing is, how can we create Wikidata item? Now, this is, I saw that when the moderator asked for people that do not have, that they don't know how to create Wikidata items. Some people said they have never created it before, while some said yes. So first thing you do is you go to wikidata.org. When you, don't worry, will do that. First thing is to go to wikidata.org. When you log in on your Chrome, then you click on, after you search and the name is not on Wikidata, then you click on create a new item. So after that, you add the label. The label, don't forget, is the name of the person or the item you are creating. The name is the label. After that, you add a brief description of that person. If the person is an actor, you put the person is an actor. If the person is a musician, you put maybe Nigerian musician. So you add Alice's, that is the other name of the person, then you review and share, that is, then you publish. This is a simple step, just 6 steps, simple step to create a Wikidata item. So next is, after you have created the item, the next thing that will drop down is the adding statement. So its statement describe facts about an item. So all I will show you during our practical, all the section that have statements comprises of the item, the property, and value. So statements involve the item, the property, and the value. These three things make up statements, right? So the item is the person's name. I've said it before. The property is the item is the subject rather. Yeah, the property is the relationship, while the value give more point about the item, right? So each item can hold many statements. Property define the type of fact, value are the data. So this is what you are supposed to know. So there are common Wikidata properties. The common Wikidata properties are like P31 stand for instance of. So if you are writing for a human, instance of is the first thing, maybe instance of human. The example I made earlier was instance of country. So you can even write a city, instance of a city, e.g. that etc rather. So that is instance of this P property. That is proper is it stands for property. So property on Wikidata is also unique. Instance of is 31. There's no other number that have P31 apart from instance. So it's called the unique property. The way we have the unique identifier for each item you added to Wikidata. We also have unique property. The unique property is P31 for instance of. After that, for human, you can also go to sex or gender. That is P21. Is a unique property for sex or gender. So from sex or gender, you can put female or male like that, or bisexual, something like that. If that is what you're writing about. Well, country of citizenship, occupation, data of date of birth. So is P27, P106, and so on. So this is just to tell you that we also have some unique properties, right? So why is adding reference important to Wikidata item? Why is adding reference important? One is it's make it verify information, right? Maybe if you add a particular data to Wikidata, in order for the reader or for the developer or for the researcher to be sure that what you have there is making sense, the person can verify by the source you added there. So it's proof that your source is accurate and correct. Yes. So that is one. The another thing is it make the data you imputed more what? Reliable. It make the data more reliable. The reference data is trusted by user globally. Yes. By the time they click on it and they say, oh wow, they can go and read about what you have linked. Maybe you link a Wikidata article to it. That is reference Wikidata reference URL. When you click on it, you can go and read more about that particular data you added to the information you added to the Wikidata item. So they can say, okay, yeah, this Wikidata, this item that this person added actually is true. But there are some people that will go and add some they'll just create one URL and added it, and they'll just add it, and when you click on it to take you to what you don't even understand. Please should avoid doing that. It also improves credibility of that particular item. Citation make Wikidata a quality knowledge base. Yes, because when you add links or you add citations, that is, I mean, reference, right, to Wikidata item, it make it beautiful, right, to use, to read. And so please, let's try and add at least one. At least one is okay for it to stand, right? So how to add reference? When you are adding reference, you click on add reference. Yes, is there how to add reference. I will show you. Someone asks on the group that I wish you are sharing how to add reference. You are sharing how to add reference. Yeah, is here. How to add reference. First thing is you add, you click on add reference on a state, because reference is also under statement. You see it during the practical. You click on add reference. So you choose a reference property. If reference property means that it's a drop down list, you choose which type of reference are you adding. Where do you get the reference from? Are you adding from Wikidata? Do you get it outside? So that reference property is trying to navigate us through, narrow it down to where do you get that reference from. Because mind you, the data is structured, yes, but they also want to know everything about the data you are giving us, if it's valid, if it makes sense. So they'll it will drop down, where do you get it from. So once you click on where you get it from, then you can add the reference, add the source link or value, that is, add the value, that is the link of where you get it from. This is just the 3 step and you publish, that's all. So this is just the 3 step of Brinda. This is just the 3 step of how to add the reference. So statement stated in is, they have the property as 28 P28, name of the source publication, that is if it's publication. But if it's reference URL, if it's direct link to the source page, that is, for the source page you give direct link to the source page, just copy the page, the link and paste. But if it's the retrieved the date, you can also add the date. When do you get the source? When you can add date. So that was all about referencing. So example of a full statement is the item, property, and value. I think we have talked about that. Now, if you check down, after you have added the name, the property, and the value, you can see example of stated in under references. So that particular item you are added, where do you see it? Where is it stated? So you can put it that it's stated in the United Nations official website. You can put it there. Then you can also add that if it's URL you got it from, you just copy and paste the URL, and the date you retrieved the information, you can also get it. You can also put it there under this. So common mistake that we should all avoid. So if you are doing this, please today you you should make a easy affirmation to yourself that I, Timothy Ojo Blessing, I will never everybody, as I'm saying it, say it after me. I, Timothy Ojo Blessing. You will not say Timothy, you call your name. That I, so and so, I will never create duplicated item on Wikidata or add unsourced statement to Wikidata. All people are saying it as I'm saying it. Or using wrong properties on Wikidata, or adding non-notable subjects on Wikidata. So are you done saying your own? If you are done, give me your favorite emoji. Then I continue. Yeah. So no, someone is mentioning my name. It's not me. Pascaline, you say I, Pascaline, I will never create duplicated item. Yeah, thank you. So we should always try to search before we create in order to avoid duplicated item. We should Also, every claim needs a reference, so we should also add reference, right, to or any of the claims or statement we are adding. We should try as much as possible to add, even though it's one, make sure you add reference, right? So click, we should also check property description, right, before we add. Using wrong property, we should, anyone that is having wrong property, we should try and correct them. And we should also verify notability criteria first before adding. Check if the person have any newspaper publication, if you have mentioned that person, not that you just pick somebody. For instance, oh, this person is in my area, this man is very good, let me add the person to Wikidata. No, that person must have maybe a Wikipedia article, or the person has been mentioned in a known database, or the person has been mentioned on a the person the person have been mentioned, right, on any particular news media. So yes, let's continue. So any question before we start our practical exercises? So any question? Any question? So I'm waiting for questions. Hello, can you people hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
So I'm waiting for questions. Any questions so
Okay.
far? Correction, observation, contribution, or we should
Okay,
just continue?
I have got a question here.
Okay.
What if the name of the item is misspelled?
Is misspelled?
Yes.
Oh, that is a good question. If you know, maybe you are trying to look for a name, you notice that the name is misspelled, you can always go to edit, and maybe the name is in your language, or you notice that the person is supposed to put E, the person put I. That is why it's a free knowledge base where anybody can actually correct. You just edit and correct. You are also improving the article, the quality of the article, because even wrong spelling is also, it reduces the quality of that item. So you can correct it by just editing it. So editing the item is also adding quality to the item. I hope I've answered that question correctly. Any other
Okay,
question?
thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Any other question, please, before we go to the practical section? So in the practical section, we are going to search for a topic on Wikidata, and we already have our topic, right? I think our topic is adding a philanthropy statement for the IWD, right? International Women's Day Wikidata contest. So it's adding philanthropy statement. After that, after we search for the topic, which we already have the topic, the next thing is create a new item if it does not exist. So yes, I have one name. We'll check if the name exists. If the name did not exist on Wikidata, then we'll create the item for the person. So we add at least 3 statements. So if I add 3 statements, anybody here can also go and improve the item, and we'll add reference for each statement. So you can, if you even add at least one reference, I think it's okay. It's okay because, for instance, if I create now, let me see. I want to start. Okay. Okay. Let me share it again. So let me say this wikidata.org. Hope you can see my screen. So remember that to create a Wikidata
Yes, I
item,
can.
we go to wikidata.org, right? That's the first thing to do. You enter. So it's loading. So this is how the interface look like. This is the Wikidata interface for the people that are joining newly. So this is it. First thing you do here, this is where you search for the name. So when you search Simi, oh, is it Ungo? Sorry, let me check. With that name, I did not cram the name, right? So I'm trying to check for the name I searched for earlier. So, Google. So this is the name we want to just use as an example. So this is the name. So let's search. Let's check if this person is. Now, if you check it, they say there were no results matching the query. You may create a new item for Simi. So that is this person here is not on, the person here is not on Wikidata. Okay, this person is not on Wikidata. Let me check for this name. There you will see what I'm trying to do. MOKWELIS. I'm trying to check for this name. So this name, let's search for this name. So now, if you see, I search for the other name, they tell me that that name does not exist, right? Now, if you see this name, after you search and you see something drop like this, it means that this is the unique identifier number of this name. That is, this person has an account on Wikidata. So if I want to search for this person now, I can't how will I put now? I can't search for this person. I can't create item for this person. I can only improve this person's account. Today I wanted to use this person because the person did not have, as at yesterday, this account was not in existence. Not until 12 o'clock today, what I wanted to come and use and do practical, someone have already created it. I was like, wow, who is this person? Then I said, let me open the account. Look at, there is no label. No label defined. That is, the person's name is not even on for the person that asks what if the name is wrongly spelled. This one did not even have the name on it at all. But the information the person has, that is why they brought that name for me, because why they brought the name for me that the person have a Wikidata account is, one, they link it with the person's French Wikipedia account. So it has been linked with the person's French Wikipedia account. One, that is the reason why the person's account is brought up when I put that name. Do you understand? So now, in order to correct this, you can come and click on edit and add the person's name. Let's go and copy the person's name. So we'll come here and add it to label. Remember that we said the label is the person's name, right? We write Control V. So this is the person's name, the label. So the description is, who is this person? So we can go and I told you that I wanted to write about the person, but you can come here. The person is a journalist. If you read about the person, this is the reference here. If you read it, the person is a journalist, Cameroonian journalist, and the person is also a philanthropist because the person have, I think, if I can remember, the person is a philanthropist because the person have a particular uh, foundation that help people, right? So you can put person is a journalist. You can publish this one first if you like. Remember, any item you create, you remember to publish it. Then click on edit again. You can now come to description and say the person is with English. The person, this description too, it can be in all the languages. So you can put it's a journalist. You can put the person is a journalist or Cameroonian journalist. If you like, you can put the journalist if you like. So I don't know another name that they call her. I don't know. So that is it. She's a female from Cameroon and all that. So I just improve this article now by adding label and description. And that's all. And you publish. So you publish. So let me go back to the one. Let's go and create one and call it a day. Simi. What's that name? So let's search a name too on let's search a name on Google and see what Google. Okay, at first let me search it on Wikipedia. This is Wikipedia. Let's go and search if person is on Wikipedia. So it will help us to see me. So the person, if you see, the person is not on Wikipedia, but the person is mentioned. She was mentioned under another person's article. Sam, she was mentioned under another person's article because I think she and this person they are working under, they are working in the same organization, right? So she's not also on Wikipedia. So since people are also doing the contents also involve both Wikipedia and Wikidata. If she meets the notability guideline of Wikipedia, you can also create an article for her. So at the last, let's check if the person is on Google or mention on any news, right? So, no, my name is. So let's see. So this, let's go to news. So she's mentioned on these days. This day, she's mentioned on Channel Television. So since I even have one news, business news day, Nigeria. She's mentioned here too. Let me just pick one of the newspaper, then we'll use it to create the account for her. This. Let me pick another one. Let me use this day newspaper. Hello, can you still hear me? Seems everywhere is quiet. Hello? Can anyone still hear me?
Can hear you.
Okay, I just want to confirm. Okay, let's go. She was mentioned a young Nigerian student innovator, gentle for African clinical prize. So here they gave her a young junior achievement award here. So I think she's the CEO of Young Nigerian African announcing 15. So I have plenty right up. Let me just go back. So first of all, let's check the one that have Nigeria Simi what the Chief Executive Officer of Java Africa. JA Africa. So she's the Chief Executive Officer of JA Africa and has been named the winner of Africa Education Media of 2023. So this is the Guardian news. So let me just use this. Since this one have enough information, let me copy the link. So let's go back to Wikidata. Yeah. So since she's not existing here, you just click on create item. So remember, the label is a name, and Wikidata, since it's structured already, since I searched for the name already, you just drop it for me. Simi Ungogo as a name, and here I can write she's philanthropist. Since we are writing for philanthropy, a philanthropist is a person that have dedicated a time, either a time or money or anything to improve other people's to improve others, right? So if someone, for you to make someone a philanthropy on Wikidata, it means that the person have contributed to the to improving others, right? Either in kind or in cash. So she's the CEO of Junior Achievers organization foundation, and she also assists young people, right? So that is why she is a philanthropist. Philanthropist. So her name is still her name. So she did not have any there's no any name that they are calling her. So first thing you do is you notice here is this is statement. And in order to add statement, remember I said statement comprised of look at, you just click on add statement. There's a drop down menu here that have instance of. So instance of is a property. You understand? Statement encompasses of both property and value and reference. Property, value, and reference. So property is instance of. Instance of means what are you trying to talk about? So me, I'm trying to talk about a human. So it will be instance of human. So this is it. You have to click on it though. You click on it. When you click, make sure you publish. Normally, we don't normally add reference to woman because once you write someone's name, everybody on this earth should know that that person is a woman, human rather. So next is, this is the unique number. I just created it just now and she has a unique number. And someone should tell me a mistake I made here while creating this name. I need it on the chat box. There's something I did here while creating the name. So what's the mistake you notice that I had in the spelling? Have anybody, what do you notice? While I was spelling the name, you did not capitalize the first. Good. So good. What you do is, after you have known, this first name is supposed to be in capital letter, you just come here, click on edit, and put the first name in capital letter, and that's all. You just come here and write capital letter. That's all. Then you publish. That is, people are following. Thank you very much. The next thing is I've added one, under the statement, I've added one property, instance of human. Then you add another statement. The person is a female, right? Sex or gender. That is the property. You add the value. The person is a female. You publish. Oh. The next is you add occupation. You can now add philanthropist. You can go and read if you have other thing that she's doing. You can add value. That is where add value can come in. if the person has more than one work, maybe let me see if this news wins Africa Education Medal. She once Kinikon is a chief executive officer of Java Africa, has been named winner of the African Education Medal. She's founded last year by Kinikon in collaborative with so she's the executive manager, executive officer, chief executive officer. So let's see. Come on, Java. So let me just go back to my Wikidata item and go and I think I've created even 3 already, but let's continue. I want the one that so let's see if, for instance, if I want to add more to this, I'll just click on add value. Let me write chief executive officer and see. I think I saw it now. See, highest ranking corporate officer. So she's chief executive officer, head of a self-governing region of the. So this is the first one. So she's a chief executive officer, a position within the government of. So I don't know if any of this is even correct for this. So let me just, since I'm not sure, I will leave it. So the next thing you can add is a name, date of birth if you have it, country of citizenship. She's from Nigeria. You just write Nigeria. Oh, with capital letter, but it will drop. Look at it. You click on Nigeria. Here now you cannot now add because on the news they mentioned that she's a Nigerian. So now you can just add here, add reference. How to add reference? You come here, you click on add reference. When you click on add reference, the reference is stated in, is not stated in, remember is a link I copied from the news. You see this link, so I've copied link. So this copy, you come back, you come here and retrieved date, that is retrieved date. Here is reference URL. So I want to reference the URL I just copied. You come to this place and add the value you copied, Control V. So look at it. I've copied, then I'll publish it. It means that that link shows that she's from Nigeria. Her given name, you can also, given name is Simi. Her given name is Simi. You can add her given name, which is Simi. That is if it's Nigeria. So they say, because there's a Nigerian musician called Simi. Please don't click on this one because this is another person entirely. This is a family name. Let's see if there's a given name. So on this drop-down menu, there is no given name. That Simi, excuse me, is a family name. So you check if there's no given name, you leave it. That is, does not be registered as a given name. So family name, place of birth, I'm not sure it's their language speaking. Since she's from Nigeria, she will definitely know how to speak English. So you can add it if you want, or you leave it. You can write English. It's not every Nigeria that also know how to speak English, but someone that have an award should know how to speak English. So you can add English. So you publish network. So you can click on English, publish. If you know how to speak Yoruba or Igbo, her name is even confusing because this is Siminwo Google. The name is sounding like Igbo name. So if you have any place that they mention if you have any link that they mention her where she is from, you can put it. I think there's one that talk about biography. You can also add it. You can add the award that she has. Here they say she has Siminwo wins Africa Education Medal of 2023. So you can add, if there's here I think here when you click on add statement, it will show you can add award. So if that award is registered, it can actually go African education. There's no medal, something like that. So it's not found, nothing like that. So since we don't have any registered award like that, we'll leave it. Remember that anything that I do not know, I'm leaving it. Leave it. Other people will come and improve it. If they talk about education, you can add it. If you have a date of birth, you can add it. Place that they gave birth to, you can add it. And remember that all this, you need to add a valid reference. This can stay because I've added one reference. So I will get that award. If I click here, you can take us to the place. So this, and remember, I've added that she's a philanthropist. So this marks the end of our training. If there's any question, I'll be waiting for you to ask. Thank you very much for your time. Over to you, the presenter. Thank you. The moderator, rather. Thank you. I'll stop sharing now.
Okay, thank you, Blessing, for that insightful training. Are there any questions? We can also give her a round of applause with our emojis, or maybe do something on the chat if you want to comment questions.
I can mute it and then I talk. Okay.
Okay, sorry, I'm just in it now.
Yes, are there any questions? Anyone?
Hello.
Yes, welcome.
Thank you. I'm just wondering, like, why we didn't add the family name? Because when we searched in is it given name? The other first name didn't show, and it showed like a family name. Why didn't we add it as a family name?
Okay, Anna, they are asking me if I should add the name since I said it's a family name, or I'd not add it. I said I'm not sure, right? That's what the question is. Why didn't I add it as a family name?
Yes,
Is that
that's the question.
okay? Yes, I think I said I'm not sure, so that is why I did not add it. What if it's a name and not a family name at the same time? Some people do that
Okay.
actually. Some people just, okay, since it's showing as family, let me add it. It's possible it's a name because some people used to have their first name first, then other name. If you check my name, sometimes I put my surname first. Some people, especially I think from the Francophone region, they put like their no, from the north part of Nigeria, they put their first name first before their surname. So because the first name comes first, it can be her name. There's a musician in Nigeria, her name is Simi. So I'm not sure. That is why I said let me leave it like that. But if we have any links or any important link that put a name as our family name as Simi, then it's Simi. So we should please, in order to have a quality data, once we are not sure, let's not assume because Wikidata is not as strict as Wikipedia. Let's not assume things and put there. Since you are not sure, you can just leave it, and that person will come and improve the article. I think I've answered that question. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Yes.
Okay, thank you for the question and the answer. Is there anyone who has a question or a comment?
Someone said, can she get the slide? Amarachi, I don't know if the slide will be uploaded on the meta page. So the person can just Ade Toro Peter is requesting for the slide. Yeah. Or any of the moderator can answer that if
Yes,
Amarachi.
yeah, I'm here. Hello. Good evening, everybody. So the slide and other resource will be on the meta page, the event meta page. Did we hear me? Hello?
Yes, we heard you. Yes. Okay, was that the last question? Okay, if that was our last question, we would like to thank our trainer today, Blessing. And then we are going to be continuing to our office hour. In this section, we are going to be taking questions regarding the campaign, the whole campaign of RWD 2026. So if there are any questions related to even Wikidata and Wikipedia, this is the time to ask. So that section will be taken over by Amarachi. Thank you.
All right, thank you so very much, Katie. Thank you, Emilia, for being wonderful moderators for this particular session. I couldn't help it but just blush all the way. Thank you. And also to our trainer who took us through the steps as to how to create a Wikidata items and how to, add subsequent statements. Thank you for that, Blessing. We really appreciate your effort. As we all know, the month of March is a month the month that the world, right, mapped out to celebrate women. I mean, just a few days ago, we celebrated the Modern Sunday, and then a few weeks ago, we celebrated the International Women's Day, and which actually led to this particular campaign. And with the World Team Give to Gain, we've actually worked towards, having a campaign that is ongoing, an editathon that is ongoing, with the aim of improving items, Wikipedia articles, and making this content available regardless of the language or even the location across Africa. And as I speak to you right now, the campaign is still ongoing. And yeah, basically I'll be sharing some links with us. The links to firstly the meta page. That once you have the meta page, you can get down to selecting your preferred task. We have tasks that everyone can actually work on. We have the translation task, where participants can actually translate articles to local languages. And then we also have tasks where we can actually create new items. Hold on, please. Let me get the meta page up. So we have a whole lot of tasks, and one of the ways Africa Wiki Women work towards empowering or supporting participants is by giving reimbursement. And if you go through our meta page, you will discover that we have a campaign scoring, one of which is that if a participant should actually choose from the 5 tasks that we have available, we have one. A participant can decide to improve 3 items on Wikidata by adding at least 3 statements to them, right? Once a participant is able to do just this singular task alone, the participant gets 5 USD at the end of the campaign, or if the participant decides to add the philanthropist statement to at least 4 Wikidata items, the person stands a chance of getting reimbursed of 5 USD for data. And then if the participant decides to create 2 Wikidata items, the participant and add at least 5 statements, the participants will get reimbursed the same amount, 5 USD. And if the participant should translate 3 Wikidata articles to local languages, he or she also stands the chance of getting 5 USD. And then if the participant decides to create a Wikidata item, 2 Wikidata articles, then the person stands the chance of getting reimbursed. And if you go through this scoring, you discover that it has given everybody an opportunity to do what? To contribute. And not just contributing. While you're contributing, we support your work because we understand that, data cost is now, has skyrocketed. And then here we are trying to make things easier for us. And with this office hour and with the Wikidata training that we had today, will happen to be our last training because we already had a Wikipedia training, both English and French Wikipedia trainings, and we've had just now our Wikidata trainings and our Wikidata training. We believe that participants now have an idea or have the necessary skills to be able to contribute to this particular project. So I don't know if we have any questions regarding this campaign from participants who are already involved in it, or participants who are, still building up courage to start contributing. I'll pause now and, take questions, and then we can proceed further.
That's a question.
Go ahead, Mr. Adeniyi.
Yeah, good evening, ma'am.
Good evening.
You were on the meta page, you said something now that if we are able to add a philanthropist statement. So I want you to expatiate more on that word. Is there anything called a philanthropist statement? Or are you saying we should add items to any philanthropist? That is my question. Thank you.
All right. So I guess I'll have to share my screen at this point. So yeah, I guess my screen is up, right? So based on our training today, right, we were informed that when you create an article, an item, you put in data. These data, we call them statements, right? And now with the team Give to Gain, we are looking at women who are philanthropists, who have their Wikidata items on Wikidata. But when you view their Wikidata item, they don't have that, it's not stated there that they are philanthropists. Let me get okay, this one. I'll use this as a demo. And I believe that this one must have been done right now. But let's just see. All right, so someone already worked on this, right? Now, under the occupation, this statement, this woman is, she's a philanthropist. She's the first lady of Cameroon, and she's a philanthropist. I guess she has a foundation or something where she gives alms. But before this particular statement before now, she didn't have this philanthropist statement on her Wikidata item, which was why we added the link to that list. All right. And just like I told you, this campaign already started a few weeks back and people already working on the list. So this one already has been worked on. And the person also added the reference to even inform you that, yes, it's already stated that this particular woman is a philanthropist. And with the team Give to Gain, we are not just looking at women who are philanthropists. We are looking at every African woman who has given in one way or the other. We have our teachers, our educators, we have, peace builders and the rest. So yes, basically. I don't know if it's clear, Mr. Adeni.
Very, very clear now. Thank you, ma'am.
All right. So I don't know if we have any other questions. All right, so I don't know if we have any other question. We should take it now because this is an office hour, and one of the aims is to ensure that we take questions and clarify participants. It's an open space, right? Do we have any other question before we wrap it up? I don't know if we have any. I don't know if we have any question in the chat. Okay. We have none. Okay. Pascal, your hand is raised. I don't know. You have a question.
Yeah, I have a question. Thank you, Amarachi, and
Go ahead.
everyone for the wonderful facilitation of this session. My question is, where you have the score, right? The Rubik score. So I wanted to ask, is it possible for one person to work on Wikipedia and Wikidata at the same time, or are you expected to just pick one?
All right, so thank you for that question, right? So participants can actually take up as much tax as they want, right? But based on the reimbursement, we'll still give 5 USD. It's just our little way of support, all right? And we know that a whole lot of people already signed up for this particular campaign. So yeah, so that the support to go round. So let's say for instance, we have individuals who have their preferred wiki. Like me, I have my preferred wiki. I prefer Wiki Commons, Wikipedia, and then Wikidata. So if I'm going to participate right now, which I am going to do, I would take up creating articles. At least once I create 2 articles, I know I can decide to also translate 2 or 3 articles and then fill my the participant link. But then I'll get reimbursed 5 USD for data. That's just it. While we encourage participants to, put in their own effort, we still, make room for criteria that will cater for everybody. Yeah.
Okay. So what can you hear me? Thank you for your response.
Yes,
I
I
want
can hear you.
to, yeah, I want to understand what you're saying. So if I edit a Wikidata item, if I edit Wikidata, for example, where you have that Wikidata is $5, and then I also edit Wikipedia as well, like translate 3 articles,